My fellow American, what has been the biggest culture shock leaving the US and kind of exploring the world?
I did go to Japan recently. It challenged the way that I see how things should be.
Japan, if you have never been, is like going into the future. All the infrastructure is amazing. The food is super clean. You can go into a 7-Eleven, like a gas station, and get healthier food than most American restaurants. I came back. It was culture shock.
You guys, we have to talk about the honesty in Japan because it's a whole other level, because this just happens to me and it's insane. America could never, are you kidding me?
Like when I say culture, I don't mean all Japanese people, all American people, but there is like a dominant like ideology or way of being.
I just want y'all to know that you're not supposed to see somebody addicted to meth on the ground in front of 7-Eleven when you want to go pick up a snack. That's just not normal.
The country does not have a lot of crime. Now, Japan has their own problems for sure, but to say they have a lot of crime?
日本に行くな、そんな動画が今海外の SNS で急増しています。ただしその理由は日本が嫌いだからではありません。一度行ってしまったらもう自分の国に戻れなくなるからです。日本を体験した外国人が帰国後に口を揃えて言うのは、日本が特別なのではなく自分の国が普通じゃなかったと気づいたという言葉です。電車が来る、落とし物が帰ってくる、コンビニのトイレが清潔、それだけのことが世界では当たり前ではないのです。逆カルチャーショックと呼ばれるこの現象、実際に外国人たちは何に絶望したのか見ていきましょう。
My fellow American, what has been the biggest culture shock leaving the US and kind of exploring the world?
I did go to Japan recently. It challenged the way that I see how things should be. And I'm from Philly, so I take the subway. I never really questioned it. I was just like, okay, subways are just bad. When I went to Japan, it was like, okay, yeah, this is cleaner, but no. You could go anywhere you wanted. It was cheap as hell. You didn't have to worry about, am I going to be able to get here? Am I going to have to walk? Am I going to have to take a bus? No, you're just going to get there.
It's very meticulous in a lot of cities, and I feel like a lot of cities outside the US, walkable and have great public transport, which a lot of America lacks.
Japan, if you have never been, is like going into the future. All the infrastructure is amazing. The food is super clean. You can go into a 7-Eleven, like a gas station, and get healthier food than most American restaurants. I came back. It was culture shock. Like everything in Japan works. The sinks work, the airport works, everything's clean. I get back to LAX and I'm like, I'm in a complete hellhole right now. It's dirty. I go into the bathroom, 3 sinks don't work. Then I'm like trying to get soap, doesn't work. Just would never happen in Japan. And then also at the same time, you're walking through LAX and just people are like obese, they're unkept, they're like not clean. People are like screaming, yelling. It's like so loud in Japan. There's no obese people. Like everybody is fit and everybody's quiet, orderly, super nice. And I'm not saying that's right or wrong. Like it's just a different culture, but there's a distinct culture shock that happens when you come back.
You guys, we have to talk about the honesty in Japan because it's a whole other level, because this just happened to me and it's insane. So I get a call from the front desk asking for my mother, and I'm like, hey, no, she can't speak, she's asleep. And they're like, well, we have something to her that she's lost. And I'm like, okay, doesn't really seem like her, but like, I can come check if that's fine. And they're like, that's fine, you have the same last name, bring your passport. I'm like, okay. My mom hasn't mentioned losing anything, so I'm like fully prepared to be like, this isn't hers. It's literally cash, it's $100. And the reason they know it's my mother's is because not only did some good patron turn this in to the front desk, they then went through the security footage and then they saw my mother drop it. They went through footage to find out who she was, to recognize her, and then got it back to us. They've had this for 2 days because my parents and I have been touring around Japan for 2 days now, like basically not at the hotel. And so they've been trying to reach us. So they've kept it the whole time. America could never, are you kidding me?
I just got back from Japan a couple days ago, and the number one difference I noticed was that their bathrooms are so clean. And not only are they clean just because they're clean more often, it's because people who use the bathrooms care enough to look and see that they didn't leave a mess for the next person. That is such a huge difference between the culture of America, if you want to even call it one culture. It's just such a mix and mishmash of things, and culturally how things are in Japan. And of course there's exceptions. Like when I say culture, I don't mean all Japanese people, all American people, but there is like a dominant like ideology or way of being that people have in Japan, where literally there was one toilet that I went to within 2 weeks, and this was me going through tourist spots, parks, all this stuff, where I saw like a drop of pee. Whereas I returned to LAX and went to baggage claim, stopped off at the bathroom first. The first stall I opened, I kid you not, had water splattered everywhere. And not only are bathrooms clean there are so many available, and they like all have bidets and like warm toilet seats, and it's just so delightful. If you've ever been to Japan, I'd love to hear what you think. This was my first trip there, so, you know, this is just my one experience going there for 2 weeks. I went to probably, good 5 or 6 cities in that time, and I noticed this everywhere.
Japan is not living in 2050. You just live in the United States of America. High-speed rail, affordable healthcare, nice infrastructure. It's not just Japan. You can find this shit in China too, South Korea. Same shit. In fact, China probably does a lot of these things better. Do y'all like China the same way you like Japan? No. Y'all will literally call a smoothie machine advanced. Like, that's just crazy to me. I just want y'all to know that you're not supposed to see somebody addicted to meth on the ground in front of 7-Eleven when you want to go pick up a snack. That shit's not normal.
Bro, are you joking? I don't need to live here for 3-5 years to know that this country does not have a lot of crime. What are you talking about? You asked me how long I've lived here for. I'm outside all the time. I watch the news. I've been out at night, going out to like little events and whatnot. I've seen how it is out there. Of course there's crime in Japan, but a lot. Also, someone else had mentioned that I'm gassing Toronto and making it sound like it's Chicago or something. Bro, stop it. Of course it's not like Chicago. But bro, where I'm from, Scarborough, in Toronto. There's different parts of Toronto. I'm from Scarborough. I grew up there, born and raised, bro. I've seen enough shit. I experienced enough shit. I went to school, saw a lot of different things happening, like, yeah, okay. So in comparison, Japan is nothing, bro. Come on. You said crime against women. Okay, yeah, there's crime against women in Toronto too, but the government just cares more here. That's it. You don't think there's perverts all over in Toronto too? Man, I literally almost got in a fight on a bus one time because an older man sat beside a young girl and started rubbing his like hand on her leg, like actually put his hand on her leg, man. Like, and so much other things happen to women specifically in Toronto. And a lot of the times the things happening to women are very aggressive. Women being set on fire on the transit, women getting pushed downstairs, people getting pushed down into like subways, in the subway line. Yeah, it happens out here too. All these things happen. I'm talking about every day you're hearing something about someone getting stabbed, someone getting shot, people being robbed on the transit, people being attacked on the transit. I'm talking about being young in Toronto, growing up, going out to events, parties, just trying to have a good time, and people get stabbed, the shit gets shot up. All kinds of stuff happen, bro. I'm talking about people bringing guns to school, shootings happening. Well, shootings didn't really happen back in my time as much, but there's like a bit more of school shootings nowadays in Toronto. I'm talking about people who I've gone to school with that have died. They're passed on now because involved in some street life, doing all kinds of stuff. Like, I'm talking about growing up seeing guns, knives around me. Someone pulling out a gun, showing me a piece of it because they thought I was somebody else. Like, my experience is different from other people's experience. Not all of Toronto's bad, but the section I was from, yeah. I'm not saying I'm some kind of project baby, no. But I grew up around that constantly. Going to school with people like that. Even where I lived, like I lived around that kind of stuff. So I just knew how to maneuver around it. I could have easily been involved in so many things, but I stayed out of that bullshit. Now, Japan has their own problems, for sure. But to say they have a lot of crime, cap.